And this week he's been revisiting some of his patients we've all gotten to know. Take a look.
January 18th, we got a call. Come quickly. A 12-year-old girl broken by the rubble, cement embedded in her brain.
Let me have the sector back.
The U.S. military asked me to help. That was the last time I saw Kimberly, until today. We received word that Kimberly is alive, doing well, and in fact ready to go home. It was time for a follow-up visit, a house call.
Now, we expected her father to actually come here and meet us for this reunion, but we're told he didn't have enough money to get transportation to come down to this port. So instead, the rescue worker who helped rescue Kimberly is going to come and collect her and take her back to her father.
Kimberly was healed, and it was so good to see that smile aboard the world-class USS Comfort. Just a typical 12-year-old, showing off all the new toys that she's received.
One thing that was sort of surprising is that Kimberly really didn't know up until just now that she was on a ship. It's such a big place that she actually thought she had been transferred to the United States. So she's actually about to see the water outside for the first time and recognize where she's been for the last several weeks.
Kimberly knows just moments from now, she'll be reunited with her father. Truth is, I wish I could end the story right here, but that would be unfair to Kimberly and thousands more like her.
You know, this is part of what happens here in Haiti. You know, Kimberly obviously is doing well medically, but now this is really about the rest of her life and what's going to happen to her, how she recovers from all this. They used to have a home, now they don't. He used to have a job, now he doesn't.
What you're looking at is her new home, her recovery room. Confusion sets in. Her eyes shift with the tragic realization. You see, because she's been in the hospital the last month, she doesn't even remember the quake. The quake that she now learns took away her home, her sister, her mother. Her dad, also confused. He asks me what to do next. No medications were sent with Kimberly. And the instructions? They're in English, which he can't read.
It says you need certain medications, ciprofloxacin and clindamycin. Are you going to be able to get these medications?
Without money, he says there's no way.
There's a doctor's...
In this case, we point him to the direction of a free clinic. But what about all these other people? This was a remarkable day for Kimberly, full of moments like this. But the image I'm left with is this one. A young girl with a brain operation, struggling to recover in a place, in a country, so devastated.
It's so incredible when you think, you know, we all think that, as you said, that the story ends there. You know, it's a happy reunion, and that's, in the movies, that's where the story ends. But you know, this is real life. Haiti is not the movies, and things don't have happy endings. And, I mean, we're at General Hospital today. We saw all these people who would get discharged right after giving birth, and they go back to a tent.
I know, and that's the hard part. You know, you do stories like this, and part of you wants to say, okay, things are getting better, and they are to some extent, but there is so much more. I mean, Kimberly, for me, as I was sort of following her story along, was very emblematic of that. She's going to do well medically, I think, from her operation and everything, but she's living underneath that tent now. People don't recover like that in most places around the world, but that's what she's left with. She can't pick up her antibiotics. We were able to help her with that today, but so many other people just simply can't get the very basic stuff after the operation.
And I mean, you know, it's welcome to your new life. Here's your tent, and oh, by the way, your sister has died, and you know, the life you knew is gone.
That was something I didn't even realize. Because she was injured during the quake and immediately taken to a hospital, when we were driving her back, we were in the car with her, she was just looking around and in total shock at what had happened there. And I wish I, in some ways, had protected her a little bit more against that, because I'd forgotten that she just couldn't have known. And then when she got there and looked at her own house, she was completely shocked.
Yeah, I was reminded of this today because we met up with Monley, the little boy, who we're going to show you in a few moments. But you just realize that these are kids, and I mean, we kind of, you know, we've been here a month or you know, the last 3 weeks out of this month, and we're kind of not used to this, but used to talking about people who've lost everything, and then you realize, you know, this is a little girl. These are little children, and the death is compounded tenfold.
The thing, that last image, Anderson, you saw in the piece there, she's sitting on that little stool, she's holding this little plastic bag. that's everything she has in the world.
Right.
That is everything she owns, and she was just holding that back because I mean, I don't think she knew what else to do.
It just breaks your heart.
It really does.
You go through these tent cities, and in each tent, you know, you open up any tent, you talk to people, and there's one story after another like this, and there's no real solution in sight in terms of, it's not like we're going to say, oh, well, a month from now, there's going to be new homes for people, because I mean that's the consideration. I mean that's even, who knows how long it's going to take and how that's even going to be possible.
I don't know how the story ends.
Yeah.
I want to come back.
Yeah.
I know
Well,
you do too.
we will continue covering this, even if others aren't. Coming up,